What's going on, y'all? Larry here. 4 o'clock in the morning, getting ready to train back today. Just really kind of tired right now, but we're gonna get it done, get it over with, so we can get back home and get some gains. Mixing my pre-workout right now, which is VHI Vascular, which is a pump formula. I'm actually trying out a formula also from the VHI line called EX30. This is the peach rings flavor, kind of a thermogenic fat burner, but no pump properties, which is why I'm putting it with the Rainbow Vascular. And then also I'm really trying to focus in this morning. So we got Brain Plus by Revive, bit of a nootropic element there to get cognition going and just try to really just lock in on what we're doing today. So as I mentioned, we're doing back today. So I'm going to show you a couple of moves that you can use to build up your back with. I want to tell you, if you listen to the commentary throughout the video, I will put in some cues that you need to think about while you're doing back. Just really hands as hooks. I'll get into that. Lead with your elbows. I'll get into that. And just really establishing a mind-muscle connection, right? Because any exercise that you do, you want to establish and maintain a mind-muscle connection. So you're not just slinging weight around. There's a difference between bodybuilding, weightlifting, powerlifting, and bodybuilding is really mental, where you have to really hone in on what you're doing and be present mentally while you're doing that exercise. So we're going to get it in. We're going to get it done today. We're not going to spend too much time messing around because we do have legs tomorrow. We got to come back home, recover, and get everybody out the door to get to their destinations, wife to work, kids to daycare, and eventually me to work. So we're going to have a really, really good day today. I'm going to tell you about some things. I'm going to show you some things, and hopefully these tips will get you to where you want to go in your back development. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, rocking and rolling in the real world this morning. So a couple of key points with back training. I'm not sure if I've emphasized this in some of my other videos. An early cue that I learned when we're training back is that you want to think of your hands as hooks, right? So while you often see me wearing wrist straps, or wrist straps rather, in the gym, while I'm training back, while I'm rowing, while I'm pulling anything from the floor, notice that yes, I am wearing wrist straps, but the main thing that you want to do to keep that mental thing in your head, just use your hands as hooks. You want to use a thumbless grip on some exercises, and that's what I did with a couple of my back exercises. I didn't do it with this one, the Swiss bar pull down, because of the way that the bar is constructed. It wouldn't be advantageous to do so. But when you use your hands as hooks, that mentally lets you know that, hey, this isn't going to be a bicep exercise. This isn't going to be something that's going to fall on one of the smaller muscle groups in the body. So what I like to do is that not only do I like to use the hands as hooks mantra or mental cue when I'm training back, I also want to think lead, quote unquote, with the elbows. So what do I mean by lead with the elbows? Leading with the elbows means just pulling them down. Say, for instance, this exercise, you just want to pull straight down and get a strong contraction in your upper back rhomboid area. So again, you just want to lead with the elbows. So I know that was really quick with the lat pull down, so I'm going to go into more in depth here with the chest supported row. Notice where my elbows are going. I did not want them to be flared out too much, even though I have a neutral grip. So what I did with that 2-plate set is that I just brought my elbows in a little bit, and then I just drove to my hip. That's what you want to mainly focus on when you're doing any type of back work, is that you really want to drive that elbow into the hip. I don't care if it's a seated row. I don't care if it's a dumbbell row. I don't care if it's a chest supported row or any of that. I want you guys to just be fully aware of your elbow positioning when you're doing back. It is of utmost importance because the back is a large muscle group. So when you keep in mind your elbow positioning, you're going to affect different parts of the back. So just say, for instance, if I kept my elbows flared out while I had a neutral grip, I was going to hit majority upper back. However, I did as much as I could to solidify that form, and I pulled my elbows back in a little bit, and I'm just really driving or really pulling that elbow into my hip. So just be aware that elbow positioning does count for something inside of back training. Now, I want to take a little bit more time to dive deeper into what I'm trying to get at, which is also mind-muscle connection. For some, it may be a cliche term. For others, they may not know what the hell I'm talking about. The mind and muscle connection is basically when you are mentally inside, well, not inside, but mentally, you are so in sync with what you're doing in the gym. You know exactly how it's supposed to feel. You know exactly how it's the way it's supposed to be formed. You know, you could go from there. When we're talking about putting the mind in the side of the muscle, I always think, and I know I got a lot of entrepreneurs on here. I want you to think of a good business deal, right? Before it even happens. So that way, when you go into a meeting, you're already going in with how you want to hit your presentation, how you want to do this, how you want to do that. It's kind of the same thing with the mind muscle connection. I go into the set knowing what I want to hit, and then when I start to pull or when I start to press, I know exactly how it's going to feel. And with the way that my biomechanics are, I know exactly how I want the exercise to hit me. So also, the mind muscle connection allows you to contract even harder, because while your body may say stop contracting, your mind just goes, let's get it a little bit more, and then the body will follow. Strictly bro science, no data to support that. That's just something from my vantage point about the mind muscle connection. A lot of old school guys focused on this very, 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 very hard. But really, it's just a bro way of saying staying locked into your set. That helped with the nootropics I took this morning, the Brain Plus without the stem. That helped me do that today. If I didn't have a partner, if I didn't have a camera rolling, it'd have probably been one more rowing movement. But my elbow got screwed up a little bit here, so that I'm not too sure of. But I'm pretty sure I would have did one row movement. But at that point, I just wanted to get home. But yeah, those are some of the principles I have used, and continue to use in my bodybuilding journey. I'm making sure that I'm keeping in mind elbow positioning. I'm making sure that I want to hit the muscle where I need it to be hit. And then on top of that, I want to establish a very strong, extremely strong mind muscle connection. For you guys to do that, you may have to look at some bodybuilding tapes. And I just want to touch on this very, very fast. Find you a muse, right? So when I'm training back, I know how my back looks, but for me, the standard of a quality back are a couple of people: Flex Wheeler, Dorian Yates, Phil Heath, Ronnie Coleman. Those are Vanguard backs. So I'm training mentally to become one of those backs. So you may have to do that as well. If it works for me, it can work for you, and I'm a shitty bodybuilder. All right, we're all done. Hope you all got something from the workout. Remember, elbow positioning, using your hands as hooks, and getting that mind-muscle connection. All right, so like and subscribe to the channel. Be bringing some more content throughout the week, and we're gonna go from there. All right, take care.